Good morning, afternoon, evening, or whenever you happen to be listening. Welcome to another episode of the Dear John podcast. I am your host, John Moody, podcasting from a walk-in closet in Atwater Village, California. Welcome again. If you're returning, thanks for coming back. Happy Valentine's Day, or if you're a single woman, happy These Men Ain't About Shit Day, or if you're a single dude, happy These Females Be Tripping Out Here Day. Because there's nothing like someone who's single and don't want to be on Valentine's Day. That's when they usually blame the opposite sex or whatever it may be for them that they ain't with. But yeah, happy Valentine's Day. It's a good day for some people. For others, it's not. I remember working in some spots, and it's always kind of sad for some folks because there's always that one or two, like there's one or two ladies in the office who get a whole bunch of flowers, they get a whole bunch of candy, and then there are others who don't really get anything from their husbands or boyfriends, which really makes them feel bad. Then they go home, and then whoever that dude is in a lot of trouble because he didn't do shit, and she looked bad at work. So Valentine's Day causes a lot of trouble. If y'all were here last week, you know that we found out the origins of Valentine's Day. And it started with the Romans, and it's always the Romans into some kinky, crazy shit. Basically, started on February 13th. This is one of the origins of Valentine's Day. This is the craziest one I read last week. Basically, they sacrificed the goat, then sacrificed the dog, and took the hides from the goat and dog and used them to, beat women with. And again, there's some ladies who are into that little rough play, but I'm pretty sure a lot weren't. Some were probably heartbroken that their dog was slaughtered or that the milk goat was killed, and now they got to get another milk goat just for a couple days of kinkiness. I don't know. But I'm just saying, what good can come from all that? But we are where we are now with Valentine's Day. Even when I was in a relationship, wasn't really too much into it because it's a day to really just set yourself up. All you can really do is hope to not disappoint your lady because it's easy for a letdown. The flowers maybe don't get delivered or you can't find the right flowers. Restaurants are horrible. That's always a horrible plan. You hear them sirens? Somebody didn't do what they're supposed to do on Valentine's Day. Anyway, it's a bad day to go to a restaurant because everybody's in a restaurant on Valentine's Day. Everybody's up in there, and the wait staff is pissed off because either they don't want to be there because they're going to be out celebrating Valentine's Day, or they ain't got nobody and they're trying to get their mind off of it, and they can't because everybody else is out having Valentine's Day dinner. So the wait staff is not happy. The cooks, the chefs, those are not the best meals because they're in such a rush. Everybody's just trying to get you in and then get you out for the next people. In fact, I think menus are somewhat limited on Valentine's Day because they're not trying to make a whole bunch of different type of stuff. They're trying to keep it limited so your food might be warmed over. Who knows? But it's just not a good day to go out and do things. But again, for those of you who are into Valentine's Day, please enjoy your Valentine's Day. Be safe, be happy. All I can say for those who aren't really into it is if you're in LA, at least this weekend is All-Star Weekend. And ladies, if you're disappointed, maybe you can catch yourself a baller. It's going to be basketball players, from the youngest dudes, the richest dudes, to the old cats who ain't quite got it no more. Maybe you can catch one of them. They'll still spend a few dollars if they got it. And for the fellas, maybe you can catch one of those women who couldn't catch nobody. At least you got something. So it's a good day to try to make up for what you didn't do on Valentine's Day if it was disappointing and you're single and you wanted some action and couldn't get it. All right. Well, let's get to the reason you came here. Let's get into the dating advice. And again, if you want some advice from me, please send an email to dearjohnpodcast@gmail.com. Today is the Valentine's Day special, all Valentine's Day related advice. So let's get to the first email. Open that up. Dear John, What would a guy consider to be a perfect Valentine's Day? I'm going to tell you what, you do not want the truth on this one, because I can guarantee you the perfect Valentine's Day for a dude is not something romantic. Let's take two dudes, a dude that's in a relationship and a dude that's not in a relationship. So for most dudes that are in a relationship, the perfect Valentine's Day for him is to wake up on February 15th and his woman says to him, "Hey, wasn't yesterday Valentine's Day? You know what? I forgot all about it. What do you want for breakfast?" It's the perfect day. Perfect day, because guess what? Nothing. He ain't had to do nothing on Valentine's Day, and his woman ain't tripping, and she about to fix him a good breakfast. So that's awesome, unless she's being deceitful and she about to poison his ass. Hopefully that's generally not the case. But the best case scenario for a dude in a relationship is to wake up and she just totally forgot about the damn thing. For a dude who's not in a relationship, the best Valentine's Day, and again, is going to happen on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, is when he wakes up and he sees there is a woman lying next to him that he does not know, and she is fine as hell, but he does not know who this woman is. That's a great Valentine's Day for a single dude. Told you you wouldn't particularly like it, but it's the truth. All right. Okay, let's get to the next email. Dear John, me and my girlfriend have 2 kids, age 8 and 4. I want to take my lady out on Valentine's Day, but we don't have a babysitter. What can I do for my special lady instead? Man, look, your lady has given you 2 beautiful children, and if you can't find a babysitter on Valentine's Day, I get the feeling you having trouble getting her out at all, because Valentine's Day, I mean, everybody's supposed to volunteer to watch the kids on Valentine's Day. So I get the feeling y'all don't get out much. And man, 4 and 8, that's tough, because the 4-year-old has got to be a handful, and the 8-year-old is probably needy as hell because of the 4-year-old, and they need more attention because, you know, they used to be the shit and now they ain't the shit because of this little shit. So your lady deserves a night out, man. I'll tell you what, forget them kids. Take your lady out, man. All right, look, one day those kids are gonna leave the house for good. They're gonna be gone for good. So why can't you leave them alone for a couple hours? Why not, man? I mean, they should be okay. What's going to happen in a couple hours? I mean, they should be able to manage to stay alive on their own for 4 or 5 hours. I mean, if they can't, if your kids can't stay alive for 4 or 5 hours, they're probably not going to make it anyway. I'm thinking, like, in that time, if a kid is dumb enough to take a fork and stick it and electrocute themselves to death, these are the same kids that probably ain't going to make it crossing the street in a few more years. Okay, it's inevitable. They ain't gonna make it, man. So why not, hey, if something gonna happen, better now when you don't really know them that well. You'd be really devastated if they got to be older and you really got to know those kids. So y'all can start over a lot sooner. But no, man, take your lady out, man. And if you're that worried about the kids, this is what you do. You put them in front of a TV, get them a box of pizza, some fries, and a couple doses of NyQuil. All right? All of those carbs and cough syrup should be enough to send them into a state of unconsciousness until you two have gotten home and gotten your groove on once or twice. Look, man, nothing is supposed to come before your lady, especially not some kids that's going to eventually leave you both. And like I said, man, something happens to them, you can swap them out. And there's so many kids that are up for adoption now. I'm pretty sure you can find kids that look enough like your kids to where you ain't even got to swap out the family pictures. You just keep going, give them the same names as your other kids. I hope nothing happens to them like bad, but like just say something happens and DCFS take them. Fine. Just adopt some other kids after a couple years, name them, give them the same names, make sure they look like your old kids, and keep it stepping, man. Your lady deserves a night out, man. All right. Hope y'all have a happy Valentine's Day. Okay, next email. Dear John, I've been with my man for 5 years, and every day on Valentine's Day we get into a big fight or argument. Do you think we should skip Valentine's Day this year? Damn, y'all fight on Valentine's Day? I mean, every Valentine's Day. Look, I could only think of a couple reasons why you would fight every Valentine's Day, and the number one thing is that's him, and he's doing it, but he's doing it all wrong because he's trying to start a fight, so he ain't got to do nothing on Valentine's Day. But what you supposed to do, all right, you can't start the fight on Valentine's Day. He's supposed to pick a fight with you a week before Valentine's Day, so he doesn't have to plan anything. Actually, he should probably do it 3 days before Valentine's Day because a week out gives y'all a chance to make up. So you got to do it while he's going to make sure you still mad and don't want to do shit with him on Valentine's Day. But if that's not it, if y'all just fight on Valentine's Day, then there's something wrong with y'all. I mean, you can't fight every year on Valentine's Day. I mean, that's like fighting on Valentine's Day is like wearing dirty clothes to church on Easter. Or deciding to fast on Thanksgiving. That's just shit you're just not supposed to do. It's the opposite of what the day is for. So you're using your Valentine's Day badly. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut it short because some of y'all want to get on with your Valentine's Day. So get to dinner, get out, just have a great time. And again, if you're single and you have a crappy Valentine's Day, remember, NBA All-Star Game is this weekend, which really is a whole different thing. Personally, I'm a little old to be out there chasing all the tail that's going to be out there. Not the players, of course, but the ladies that's chasing the players and you hoping for some leftovers. I can't be part of that game. I remember years ago when I did go out for that. I'm just letting you fellas know, if you're not invited somewhere, if you don't know a ball player, I'm telling you, I went to one of those parties. It's supposed to be an official NBA party or whatever. This was years ago, and the tickets were like $150, $200 to get in for dudes. It was free for the ladies. And I'm pretty sure what it was meant for ladies to get in there and catch them a ball player. And all the fellas paying $150, $200, that was, you were pretty much promoting that party. That was, you were paying for the alcohol, or you were paying to pay the players to get in. So yeah, that's just not a good idea. You might want to skip that one. I did go years ago. I went to Vegas, and I was in a relationship at that time, so didn't really have a good time. It was too many people. I don't know. Vegas wasn't ready for it. They were not ready for it, which I think is why they've been doing it in LA so much now, because it seems like they just had it here a couple years ago. But anyway, again, for those of you who didn't have a great Valentine's Day, hey, hopefully you can have a great NBA All-Star weekend, and hopefully all you'll catch is a good time and not something that requires penicillin or Lord knows whatever else. Anyway, again, this is all about Valentine's Day, so y'all have a good day, have a good time, be good to each other, and I will catch y'all next time on the Dear John podcast. Again, if you have a question, dearjohnpodcast@gmail.com. And of course, y'all know y'all can catch me up on Facebook, and y'all can catch me on Twitter at John Moody, at John B. Moody, Instagram, JB Moody 716. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Have a good week.
Yeah, bottoms. Big bag of bottoms. Bump for you boys on the block. Okay.